Hello everybody. Today I am going to discuss about the some hematology laboratory equipments which has not been discussed in the part 1. Now I am going to discuss about centrifuge, automated cell counter, DC counter, syringe needle destroyer and the hot plate. So this is the figure of a photograph rather of a centrifuge. As you can see that this is the structure of a centrifuge, or this is a centrifuge which is highly used in the hematology laboratory, and this is the way how the samples are placed within the centrifuge. There is a very common hematological experiment which is called the packed cell volume or the PCV, where the hematologist are going to determine the value of the packed cell. That means how much amount of RBC is packed down after the centrifugation. So it helps in separating the plasma from the cellular components, and if we go through the total Winthrop tube of the packed cell volume experiment, then we will see that the due to the centrifugation, the red blood cell are packed downwards. Just above the red blood cell there is a yellowish whitish coating, that is called the buffy coat, and that is the actually accumulated white blood cells and the platelets, and above that there is transparent plasma. So this is the use of the centrifuge. So there are different types of centrifuges. The classifications are given here: laboratory centrifuge, then analytical centrifuge, hematocrit, what just now I was telling. This centrifuges are used to measure the volume percentage of red cell in the whole blood. It is mainly used in the hematology laboratory and the gas centrifuge and all. So this is automated cell counter. If we used to do the cell counting, that is the counting of RBC, WBC and the platelet, then we have to use the hemocytometer, which has already been discussed in this the previous video. But if we want to get rid of the manual error, then we can use this in the laboratory. You can see that a printed result is coming out. That means you give the sample here and it will automatically calculate the count, or it will automatically count the cell and it will give a printed result. So in this way we can avoid the manual error that happens when we use the hemocytometer. Now this is the hot plate. Now the hot plates are basically to hit any of the laboratory sample in a very equal manner, means uniformly, and aluminum topped hot plates provide a rapid heating surface which retains and distributes heat very well. So aluminum topped hot plates are very much beneficial. Now this is DC counter. DC counter, there are two types of DC counter are shown here. Both have the same activity, that when we are going to count the different types of WBC, means how many amount of this neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil, lymphocytes and monocytes are present, then we can use this DC counter. And you can see that there are various colored tabs are here, and here is written that lymphocyte, monocyte, etc. And when we suppose we are examining a blood film and we found a neutrophil, just we have to tap here wherever the neutrophil is written. If suppose it is written over here, then we have to tap this and the count will come here in this small box. And when all the counting will be complete, that means the 100, then here it will appear that the 100 is 100 means WBCs are counted, and it will stop counting automatically. So this is the advantage of the DC counter. Now it can also be used in case of the, you can see here, RNeth count. Now what is RNeth count? It helps us to know the percentage of different types of neutrophils in a blood sample. We know that the neutrophils have up to 6th lobe. So from the monolobe to the 6th lobe we can count different types of neutrophils by using this DC counter. This is a syringe needle destroyer, that after collection of the blood sample, if we throw this syringe and needle here and there, then it can cause the contamination and also different type of injuries. So it is better to cut and throw it out. So this is the needle destroyer, this is the syringe destroyer. Here is a container where all are gathered and it's periodically evacuated. So this is very important to prevent the contamination in a hematology laboratory. The references for your further study, if you want to know about all these instruments in a much elaborated way. So some questions are given here based on these instruments, which you have to answer by yourself. So thank you very much for your patience listening, and keep in touch and wait for the further video. Thank you. So long. Bye bye.